Hey guys, welcome back to Jack Breaks. In today's video, we're going to be filling out the playoff challenge bracket. So I'm giving you my picks, putting them in order for how I think they'll advance and who is not going to advance. And I want to preface this saying that I think this year there's a path that every single driver in the round of 16 could make it to the round of 12. I think that is definitely possible. I don't think that there's any way that there's somebody that for sure they're not going to make it. The weakest one here is Dylan. But I do think there's even a world in which he could advance through. But anyway, let's get into it with who I think is going to win each race. I take Hamlin for Darlington. I'm going to take Blaney for Worldwide Technology. And I'm going to take Larson at Bristol. I think these three will win each of those races and be the top three advancing. And then I'm going to take Byron and Bell. These are the five I think that can bring the speed consistently to compete with wins. Um, and that's what it's going to take. You need that winning speed, which I'll get to later. From there, I'm going to take Briscoe and Elliott. Both of them could easily also get eliminated in the round of 16 if they have misfortune. Briscoe's really good at Darlington, and I think that he can do well enough. The other tracks don't matter. Elliott is hit or miss at Darlington. Hendrick is terrible at Worldwide Technology Raceway unless they figure something out. But Elliott is good at Bristol. I think that they'll just be good enough. Like I said, they don't have that winning speed consistently. They just run good enough, which I think will be enough to make the round of 12. Amir, I'm also going to take Bubba. The 23 team has looked pretty good last several weeks, even when the results don't show for it. And on that same note, I'm going to take Reddick. Once again, they've shown a little bit more speed recently. And then from there, I'm going to take Logano, who I think is going to really benefit from Penske just being really good at World Technology Raceway, and he's going to carry that to make the round of 12. From here, I am going to take Cindric in my round of 12, mainly because of Penske being really good at World Technology Raceway, him winning it before. I think he'll sneak in. And then from here, it's really tough. SVG could make the round of 12 if others have some misfortune and he has that buffer and he can just run well enough. I think he could advance. My problem is that 26-point buffer can disappear instantly. That's a problem. If he had a little bit more, maybe I'd put him through. But I think that while he has improved greatly on the ovals, these three ovals just are not kind at all to drivers. I I just think that it's going to be close. It may be really close, but I just think he's going to miss. Now I'm going to give the last spot to Chastain. I don't like the way Chastain's speed has been inconsistent, and like I said, you can make an argument that any of these guys could really advance, but Barry, they've had flashes of really good speed, but they just can't put it together. Dylan, if every race was at Richmond, he'd be the champion apparently, but it's not. And Bowman's really put together some good races recently, but minus Daytona, but they're just with how inconsistent they are, and then with Hendrick just being bad at World Technology Raceway, I can't put Bowman through. So that's my reasoning in that one. So then we move on to the round of 12 here. I think it's almost a given that Bell was more likely going to win New Hampshire. And if it's not Bell, it's probably going to be another JGR car. They just have that track figured out. At Kansas, I'm going to take Larson. I do think the playoffs, that 5 team will get it together and be good. And then Charlotte, I don't think will be won by SVG. Obviously, SVG makes it, he's going to be heavy pick to get to the round of 8, but I actually am going to pick Elliott to win at Charlotte, and that seems surprising. But that 9 team, when they've hit the road courses that Elliott is really good at, he seems to be able to show it. Watkins Glen was not very good at all. They were not very good at Watkins Glen, but Elliott has consistently been good at the Roval. Even in the next gen, he's had good runs, and he's had a couple finishes they probably could have won the Charlotte race, but circumstances didn't allow it. So I do think Elliott will finally get that win in a road course in the next gen car, and that'll advance him through. And then from there, I'm going to have Hamlin, Blaney, and Byron through, and then I'm going to have Briscoe. That's where I'm going here with that one. And then this is tough because I don't want to advance Logano, but the Penske always finds a way to Mickey Mouse a car that has no business. Blaney's actually been good this year. The rest have been mediocre. They always Mickey Mouse their way to Championship 4 and win the championship without being the fastest team because of the dumb format, but I digress. So in spite of that, I'm going to pick Reddick to complete the round of 8. I think 2311 has shown a lot more speed. I think Reddick is a good road course. He's a good road course racer, and 2311 has historically shown good speed at Kansas. And I think he's going to wrap it up. I could also see Bubba easily advancing in Reddick's place as well. The two that I think there's really no chance I think they advance is Cindric and Chastain. I just don't think that either of those teams. So I think in this one, you could make an argument for 10 out of the 12 really advancing. It'd be really hard for Cindric and Chastain to advance from there. But from here, we're going to advance. I'm going to say that Blaney is going to win Vegas, and then we're going to have a non-playoff driver win Talladega. So that's going to leave me at Martinsville, which I think will be won by Byron. So I'm going to pick Blaney and Byron in my championship 4. Then from there, you could make the argument, really, this round of 8, you could make the argument that any of them could end up in the championship 4. But I'm going to take Larson, and I'm going to take Hamlin. I think these 4 have consistently shown that they can have winning speed at most tracks. Blaney, if you discount his DNFs, he's had a really good season. That 12th team has had really fast cars. Hamlin has had really, really fast all year. Byron's been really fast all year. And Larson's been a little inconsistent. So I guess that's why I said I think any of these 8 could make championship 4. But Lars seems there. But my championship pick, I really think it's going to come down between Byron and Blaney, the championship 4 race. And I'm going to take Byron getting the advantage. Even though I think that it could go either way. I do think Byron has been the most deserving, even without the wins, just because of how consistent they've been at having speed. Even races where they've not finished well, they've had good speed on there. And their good speed is like great speed for some teams. I think that will carry them. But I feel more confident about the Championship 4. The champion could honestly come out of any of these, and they've all been, give or take, pretty similar. Byron has more points. He's the regular champion, so I do give him that too. So, but anyway, that is my championship predictions. Yeah, so that is how I think it'll play out. It'll probably be extremely wrong. And Logano will probably win the championship again after not deserving it. Or maybe it's Cindric's time to Mickey Mouse. But anyway, we're just joking, sort of. NASCAR, please get rid of this format. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you picked to win the championship. And see you next video.